Jordan, good to see you. An important topic today. 5 questions you need to answer before you retire. So, to design your ideal retirement, you need to start with a few specific questions. And of course, if you are married, we highly recommend you do this exercise together. But first, when do you want to retire?
And I cannot emphasize enough, when you're married, you got to talk to both spouses and have these conversations, because some spouses might say, hey, you need to work till you're 80, okay? And other spouses are like, I want to stop at 62, right? So you got to make sure you have a plan to say, hey, what is ideal for both of us? Do you want to retire first? We're going to retire together, but know what your target date is. You don't want to just work aimlessly. You want to work towards a goal. So once you know that goal, whether it be 65, 62, 67, whatever that is, have a goal. I also want to add, know what you're going to do after you retire, right? Because when you stop working 40 hours, whatever it is a week, you got to fill your time with something. So have a goal when you want to retire and what you're going to do after that.
Right, good point. And part of that is our next question. You have to figure out, where do you want to live when you're retired?
100%, because if you don't know 100% if you're going to live in Florida, Texas, California, Illinois, wherever those places may be, the cost of living changes no matter where you're at. Some people want to snowboard. Great. Some people want to just rent an Airbnb for a couple months, but know what those projected costs are so you can have a good game plan or a financial plan to know what the unexpected costs are or expected costs are, to make sure that you make wise decisions, not only when you retire, but where is that retirement going to be?
Next question, how is your health? Keep in mind, healthcare is often your biggest expense in retirement.
Not only is it your biggest expense, but that also can go backwards and see where you geographically will locate. Because maybe it's a great cost of living, a great house, but if you're not near good hospitals and doctors, maybe that's not a good decision to move there. But healthcare is a big cost and a big thing that you have to look at when it comes to retirement. You look at that chart there, a few decades from now, for long-term care for a private room, it's going to cost $250,000 a year just to be there. And we just looked over the statistics, Aaron. 70% of us will need some form of long-term care in our lifetime. So to keep things kind of high level and simple, I like to tell my clients, you can pay 1% of your net worth now to give you some protection for some long-term care options, or you can play the chance, which 70% you're going to need some form of long-term care, and about 50% of your assets could be wiped out for long-term care claims. 1% now, 50% later. That's a choice that you each have to make. But I like to leverage my clients' money and make sure they are protected and they have peace of mind if they do need to have a long-term care claim.
Next, of course, you need to determine when is the best time for you to claim Social Security.
Yeah, and that varies for so many people. Again, going backwards, it depends on your health. It depends. If you're super healthy, maybe you delay longer. It depends on your income plan. But for most people, my goal is not to get the biggest paycheck at the age 70. My goal is to look at their plan and get the biggest pile of money so that they can maximize those hard-earned dollars that they paid into for decades, and they can get the most out of those benefits they paid into with Social Security. So you got to optimize it for each spouse, look at the overall plan, but get the biggest pile. Don't always wait to age 70.
And you hit on the key word there with plan, right? Because retirement is so much more than just a number in your bank account. You need to determine if you have a holistic financial plan that accounts for inflation, longevity, and of course, your own unique specific retirement goals.
Correct. And a portfolio is not a plan. And
Right.
some people think that, if I have X amount, I'll be okay. But you need to have a plan to look at inflation, to look at healthcare costs, to look at the what if that the market has a correction. How are you positioned today with all these factors, and how are you going to be positioned for the future? That's why in our office, we created our trademarked approach, our safe and secure retirement roadmap. So we cover income planning, investments, tax planning, healthcare planning, and legacy planning to make sure no matter what happens in the world, you are 100% covered.
Well, Jordan, if somebody would like your help designing, again, their own unique retirement plan, or if they'd like to bring their spouse into the office to talk through these questions with you, what's the best way to reach you?
We encourage both spouses always come in together. They can call our main number, 847-499-3454. Set up a time, even if it's a quick 15-minute call. Let's get the ball rolling and see how we can help you have a secure financial future.
Great. Jordan, thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.